Okay, I'm just going to take you through the process used for dealing with the scan data. So what I've opened here is this Alva manual scan comp 2022, and we have the heights that we recorded manually, and then the circumferences we recorded manually here as well. What we're going to do is look at taking the same circumferences from the scans at the same level. We can't take the other measurements, so the heights, because we'd be making a judgment about where those heights are. So for the circumferences, we have the heights from the forms that we've manually determined to take the corresponding circumferences from the scan. There's nothing to take at the heights. We can look at the crotch heights differently in terms of what we might extract manually, but that is a different comparison I think we can make. So that is possibly the crotch height manually taken. We can compare that back against the scan. What we're looking at here is to record from each of the 5 forms. So if I go to Studio, I'm going to pick the second one of these size 10s. So first thing I'm going to do is just copy the text from here, and then I'll open that file. So the reason I copied the text is because I can go back to the Excel file here, drop that in here and paste it in. So I know this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I've got 5 of them to do. So when I go back to Studio now, I'm looking for the ankle circumference at 7.3 from the floor. So in Studio itself, I can zoom in to the form here. I could even get the measurements. So I've got some corresponding points on the form to look at. So I'll just wait for it to extract those measurements. Okay, so when we go now, what we're going to do is go to the manual measuring, click on that, and then click on Slice Tool. Okay, and then I want to focus on the right hand leg and the right hand side of the body. So I'm just going to hit Control on the keyboard and then left click on the leg, and you'll see it places this line on here. So we know it's 7.3 up. So if I go back to the Excel sheet, you'll see 7.3 is the ankle height. So we can go back to the software, and this is in millimeters. So we're going to just put in 73 and enter. And this shows us now, this is the measurement position at 73. We can tick all of these: contour, bounding box, surface area if we want. So we see both the different measurements, but I don't think they need to be ticked for us to store all of them. So you can leave them unticked. What we might want to do then is store slice. And this one is the Alva 10 ankle 2, because it's the second 10, but it's the ankle circumference. So we type the name in here, we then left click on this, and we name the result. So that's what this is called, ankle 2. Okay, and it was 24.01. So we can go back to the Excel sheet and type in 24.01. The next one is the calf circumference at 29.6. So when we go back in here, what we're going to do is just type in 296 and enter, and that's going to move up to the calf, and you can see it's not dissimilar to where the scanner took it. Our measurement is 33.75, so we can go back to here and put in 33.75. Okay, you can see the next value, 462. We can go back to the software here. We can store this slice before we move on, and then we can call it calf. Okay, and then we can name that result. So we've got those 2. Okay, and then we said it was 462, I think, if I go back and look at it. Yeah, it was 462, the next one. So we go back here. On here, we can click 462, enter. It takes us up now to the knee, where it's taking the knee circumference, and that's 3410. So we can go back to here, and that is 34.1. Okay, and the next value was 749. So we can go back to here. We can store this slice. It wasn't the calf, this one's the knee. And then we can name that result. and the calf, the thigh measurement was 749. So we can go back to here and we can type in 749, hit enter. You'll see by right clicking and dragging where it's gone to on the thigh up here. Okay, it's 749 and that's 55.93. So we could store that slice here and we can change the name of it to thigh. We can name the result and it's 5593. So we can go back here and say that is 55.93. Next one is 853. So back to here, we can type in 853, hit enter, and this now moves us up to this one here. We can store that slice. I think that was the seat. And we can name that result. And that's 93.4. So here we can go 93.4. Next height was the abdomen at 954. So we can go back to it. We can type in 954 here. Look at it. You can see the abdomen's there. We can store this slice. And we can call it abdomen. Oh, did we store it? Maybe not. Oh, what's gone on with that? We might have to. So what did we say it was? 954. So we go here, type in 954, enter. Okay, that slice is right. We can hit that, click on that. This is the right one. We can name that result and it's 85.52. So we can go back here and say 85.52. Next one is 105.5. So we're back to here and it's 105.5. Takes us to the waist. And we can store that slice. Change the name to waist. Seems to have disappeared. Right, so that was 105.5. There it is correctly. Store that slice. Click on it. Name the result. It's 67.85. So we can go back here again. 67.85. Next one is 116.1, which is the underbust. So we can go back to it and say oops, might need to remind myself what it was, is 116.1. So 1161. Enter. Store that slice, click on it, and it's the underbust. So I would just put U bust here, and then we can name that result, and it's 73.66. So back here, we're just 73.66. And then the last one is the bust height, which is 122.6. So we can go back to here and put in 1226, enter. It's reverted, hasn't it? Back to the bottom, 1226. That's the bust height there. So again, we can see it looks fine. We can store that slice. We can rename it just as bust. So we can name the result. And then we've got 86.47. So back here, we can just say 86.47. Okay, and that's all of those we can take, I think, at the moment, because the rest of my heights So that's enough to give us some kind of comparison. This is also saving, so we don't need to do anything with that. We can go back here, export to Excel. It'll give us a name. So I just call it Alva 10 manual measurement 2. So I might just call that Alva 10 and then put 2 manual measurement. And then it's going to go back in here and go back to it where it says Alva manual circs. I can just double click on that and I can just save it into there. So actually, maybe I'll just call it the same name as that. So it's 2, and then I can save it in there. And that's it. We're done. We can move on to the next one. Okay, I hope those instructions are reasonably clear and we can follow them to get a decent output from this.